Here at Digital Practice, we're all about creating a brand experience for your patients. And one of the aspects of that experience is the fit out of your medical practice. So let's speak to Mike Watson of Design Doctors Australia. Mike, good to meet you. Tell us in a few words what Design Doctors Australia stands for.
Okay, we design and fit out medical centres and dental surgeries. And you've got a market which is a very loyal market. So if you do a good job, you get referrals. If you don't do a good job, you're not going to last very long in it. Normally, I get involved with the clients when they're just looking at spaces and give advice on the feasibility of the space they're looking at, and take that all the way through approvals, design, through to build and hand over the keys.
What's your explanation? Is it a human thing to either be interested in design or not? Is there a psychology that you can clarify for us?
GPs generally are only concerned about their patients and the efficiency of the space in regard to their patients. They really, this is generalising, Kris, but I find that GPs aren't as interested in the finishes. Specialists generally, it costs more per square meter to fit out because they're smaller. Very often only 1 or 2 consult rooms, but the specialists will spend on higher quality finishes.
Now, one of the big questions I get when we talk about design in the context of web design and brand image is, will I actually get more patients? Will I do more business? When you get that question, what's your answer?
I have a presentation, Kris, which shows and proves that the perception of the service that you're going to get is determined by the perception. Is determined by the approach to the practice, the interior of the practice, and the consult room. And I give examples of those, both good and bad. And the audience always sees what I mean. I mean, you don't know what's behind that front door. Might be the best doctor in Australia, but if it looks terrible, you're going to expect terrible service, so you're probably not going to go in there.
Exactly. Now, you've worked in different places. You've worked in Dubai, you've worked in Singapore. Do some places have a totally different approach to medical interior design?
Yeah, Kris, in the Middle East, definitely, because you've got male and female separated in the waiting areas, for instance, there. So in Singapore, you've got a very high cost of real estate. So it's just maximum efficiency and very small consult rooms.
Is there one single thing you have to always bear in mind when you create a design for a doctor? Or is that your secret recipe? You're not going to tell me.
A secret recipe, yes. No, I think when we start with the doctor, we start with a blank floor plate, right? And all we've got is the floor plan of the space. So we really just look at the efficiency. And the secret to the space, Kris, actually, is the shape. For efficiency, the most efficient shape is a rectangle. With a maximum ratio of 3:1.
Okay.
Without any columns. So I always advise my clients, if they're looking at space, always look for a rectangle. If you've got an L shape or a curve or something, it might look nice from the outside of the building, but there's a lot of wasted space. What's becoming more important now, Kris, is the flow. And this really came to light during COVID, where we try and avoid the possibility of a COVID positive patient passing a COVID negative patient in the corridors. So it's the flow. It's the flow. So you don't get people walking backwards and forwards up the same corridor. And for instance, now treatment rooms, we're doing always with an entry and an exit.
Does that mean that an existing practice should be thinking about redesigning their space?
Yeah, I'm doing quite a lot of that at the moment, Kris. And often it's very small things like just having one consult room or splitting up the waiting area, because we're moving from a situation where all doctors had a sign on the front door saying, if you've got COVID symptoms, don't come anywhere near me, basically. And we're changing now into the fact we're living with COVID. So people with COVID, will be going into GP clinics.
Your business is called Design Doctors Australia, obviously, which suggests that we can call you from anywhere across the country. Is that the case? Do you work nationwide?
Yeah, we do. Only Western Australia is a problem, but I think Western Australia is probably a problem for everybody for the last 2 years.
Hold on, that's where I am.
Yeah, that's been a problem. We do have an office in Melbourne, and we do have an office on the Gold Coast.
Yes.
So we service the East Coast quite well, and in the East Coast, there's a lot of medical services in regional areas.
Is there one that pops out where you go, that is the most beautiful medical fit out that I have created in my whole career?
The one where it's the best craftsmanship, I would say, is one of the websites called Rockwell.
Yeah.
And it's in the North Shore Health Hub in North Shore Private Hospital. It was a 350 square metre GP clinic. Certainly from a quality point of view, I think that's probably the best that we've done.
Well, all the best, Mike. Thanks for your time and keep designing the great stuff.
Thank you very much, Kris.